Another boring day. Well then, what should I do? Read another book? Continue my studies? Perhaps look out the window like usual? Or maybe I'll actually go outside for once. Oh. Well, who might that be? Well, come in. No need to knock so loudly. And who might you be? Are you my new guard? Another lost cause. I wonder how long you'll last. You know, all the other so-called knights couldn't apparently deal with my attitude and decided to transfer duties. Or they just disappeared for other reasons. Perhaps they ran away. Very well then. I suppose you'll amuse me for some time. Anyway, I'm the first Princess Aera Haima of House Alasia. And based on your crest, you seem to be part of the Mirai Knights, am I correct? Ah, I see. I seem to recognize you from somewhere. Where was it again? Based on your looks. Ah, I remember. You're the one with that honor, correct? What was it again? I remember overhearing it from the maids. Ah, oh right. You were rewarded the title Plectere from House Alasia, were you not? I see. It's been nearly a century since that title has been awarded to anybody. House Alasia doesn't give it out freely, you know. So, that makes me wonder, why would someone like you be serving someone like me? Well, anyway, I suppose you're stuck with me for the time being. However, please do run away if you ever feel like it. No one's holding you back. Now I suppose, if you may, for your first duty, please escort me to the gardens. I would like to take a walk. This room is awfully stuffy, and the window doesn't provide enough fresh air for me. And I'm sure you're not feeling all that great under that heavy jacket yourself. Thank goodness the summer gowns are somewhat light, though I'm still feeling somewhat flushed. Well then, let us go. The maids? No need, just you. It's not as if they're going to attend me anyway. They're absolutely useless, I tell you. Let's hope that you're not the same. If you feel like staying, that is. The sun is always so refreshing. It seems like the grass was even greener when I saw it last. Lovely. You know, looking at you now under the sunlight, you remind me of my brother's friend. Though it's been a while since I've seen either of them. So, who knows, maybe I'm just imagining it. It must be such a hassle after all to travel this far to the fourth palace. My legs are beginning to feel wobbly, and it hasn't even been more than 15 minutes. What a bother. You know, you're so silent. It's kinda boring. At least you don't seem to be like the other ones. It seemed like on their first escort duty, they already wanted to be rid of me. You know, a knight assigned to me a few months ago glared daggers at me the entire time. And next thing you know, I was poisoned by him. Again, probably just another ploy from the queen. She's always like that after all. I'm in the way of her plans. Right. It does seem quite silly of me to be talking about this sort of matters. To someone I barely know. Well, truly, it doesn't seem to matter very much. You could report everything to the Queen, and I don't think it would affect me. I mean, perhaps I might get another dose of poisoning, or someone will sneak into my room in the middle of the night again. Well, I don't think it will work. Not anymore. After all, she's tried a million times, and nothing's happened yet. And besides, I haven't felt any malice from you in the past hour. I also can't really talk to anyone. And I haven't talked to anyone in a long while about these trivial matters. Well, I'm rather bored, you know, being all cooped up in the fourth palace, all alone. Not that it matters much to me. At least the gardens are vast and beautiful. That's plenty entertainment. See, the flowers would never betray me. All they do is sit in the ground and look pretty. As long as I can see the sun and the grass, I'm content, just like those flowers. And when the day comes where I can't, well, I suppose that's that. Anyway, I wish to move. Let's go up to that tree. I wish to sit under it. Can't you even do your job right? Move closer to me. The parasol doesn't cover me completely. My left shoulder's going to roast. So, my dear Plectere Knight, have you heard the rumors about me? I'm sure you must have. I hope I lived up to your expectations. Well, yes. I barely step out of the fourth palace, but the maids are always gossiping about me. After all, they're under the control of Queen Despina. I'm arrogant and rude and scheme. Well, perhaps the last one is wrong. Again, what's the point of scheming? After all, I'm just stuck here. I'm just stuck here. What's the point of scheming? I don't have any power anyway. Well, I suppose we finally made it up this hill. We finally reached the top. I'm exhausted. I will sit down. Don't bother, it's just grass. If you haven't noticed, I'm quite ill as well. Perhaps I inherited my poor mother's weak constitution, or it's the result of slow poisoning from my maids. But who would know? And like I said, the Queen can try, but it'll never work, so no need to worry. I've learned from my mother's mistakes. Sit down, would you, and put on the parasol. You look terribly silly. There's shade under the tree, after all. Huh? What do you mean it would be rude? I said sit. It's much worse to disobey my orders. Remember who I am, Sir Knight. I am the first princess, second in line to the throne. Good. You're quite the strange one, you know. At least you're somewhat decent company. Then again, maybe not. I think even the flowers speak more than you do. Well, what can you do? You'll have to make do, I suppose. Like I said, you can leave whenever you want to. No one's holding you back. Still not leaving? Fine. Suit yourself. Weird. All the other ones gladly walked away. Well, perhaps this is somewhat of a good change for once. So, are you another assassin sent to get close to me by Queen Despina? Or have you actually been sent here by my father? If you are an assassin, you're quite good at hiding your ill intentions. You know, I have quite the affinity for detecting that sort of thing. Well? That's what I thought. You were given the Plectere by House Alasia, after all. I suppose you're not from the aristocratic faction. Apologies. I have to suspect everyone that gets close to me. You know, I had a maid whom I thought was a close friend, a close confidant. Yet I had learned that she was actually sent to me by the second princess to gain information. She was caught stealing my jewels, and so she was put into prison. I spared her life, and of course that's only because I truly believed that her feelings of friendship were true at first. And although for a short while it made me happy. But the second princess must have done something to her family to cause her to change. There's no way she would have without such a reason. I just can't think that she'd hate me that much. So, were you really sent here by Papa? Truly. I suppose he doesn't have much time to visit me after all, so he sent you here to watch over me. How'd you manage to avoid Queen Despina? After all, the other ones were all bribed one way or another. I suppose you did earn the title, after all. Well, I'm rather glad to have you here. Not that you've completely earned my trust yet, but still, it's nice to have a less suspicious person by my side for once. You know, both Papa and Big Brother would visit me every week. When I first moved from the main palace to the fourth. Though it's been nearly a year, and they got busy after their coming-of-age ceremony. But since you haven't left yet, you'll stay by my side from now on, right? I've been quite alone for the last year, so this makes me somewhat happy. So you'll stay, right? You will? Good. You better. Finally, I have someone to drag around with me to social events and other errands. I'm always alone, and since I don't trust any of the maids, they never go with me anywhere. And I never go to social events anyway, but I have you now. Hooray! Seems like my luck is finally turning around. You're the best birthday present I've gotten yet. Huh? Oh, you didn't know? Well, my coming of age was yesterday. Maybe that's why Papa sent you to me. Queen Despina must be on edge now since I'm of age to get married. As if she could get her grubby little hands on me. Besides, I don't plan on getting married anytime soon. I can barely get out enough to even know any gentlemen. But now that you're here, I can finally go to social events. But not to find a lover or anything like that. I just want to wear a pretty dress and dance till midnight like the princesses in the fairy tales. How silly of me, right? I suppose I am quite silly, but I do hope you'll escort me if you're not going to run away yet. Eh? What's that face you're making? Don't push your luck. Okay. I mean, you are quite, appealing to the eyes. So I suppose you would make do as my partner at events. What am I saying? Look, don't get any ideas, but I'd like it if you could, escort me to every event as my partner from now on. But I mean, you'll just be posing as my partner. Like I said, I don't intend to get married yet. and I really don't want to bother with any silly proposals. So, pose as my partner, though you'll be going as my escort. You know, as my knight, like you normally would. Mm. Uh, huh? Why? Well, I merely trust you because you have no malice or ill will surrounding you, as far as I can see, anyway. Eh? Oh, no, I mean, quite literally, as far as I can see. Oh, right. I see. Since you seem quite clueless, I'll give you a quick history lesson then. House Alasia has been the prevailing household of the Empire. House Alasia's origins begin with our first ancestor, Lady Aera. She hailed from a common background, but was a natural at leadership. She was the one who gathered the people of the continent together as one nation during the original war. She was favored by the gods, and after the war, she was chosen to be empress by the people. She was then given a gift in exchange for her sacrifices made, and so the blessings of the gods Aura and Ea were given to Lady Aera. Among the many blessings given to Lady Aera was the power to sense others' emotions, and so, as a descendant of Lady Aera, I also have such blessings from the gods. To better describe it, I'd say that you emit certain colors that allow me to understand what emotions are deep down in your heart. And so, I suppose after having a long-winded conversation with you, your color has remained blue to pinkish, which is good. And so I trust you, for now. You have yet to lie to me, so I believe in you. And again, you're my knight, so naturally you should just be taking on these duties. Well, anyway, I think I've had enough of the garden. Although this has been unexpectedly nice, being here with you and all, I think it's best that we hurry along. I'll be in your care from now on. I'd like to go out and buy some dresses, and some clothing for you. Now that I have someone somewhat trustworthy by my side, I can finally explore and spread my wings a little. Well, come on, let's go then. You'll be spending a lot of time with me from now on. Again, I'll be in your care then, my dear knight. Well, let's not dilly-dally any further. Let's go.